Okay, then I'm gonna start the recording. So, Epic, you arrive at the address. I'm gonna assume that you're able to get into the apartment because some of the guests might be coming in or going out. And you see immediately, and I'm assuming you're obfuscated for this.
Generally, yes. I
You,
understand the situation I'm going into.
yeah, there's like two people, a man and a woman, just knocking on the bathroom door and asking to be let in, and this is really just like, no, this is no, you know?
Hmm. So it looks like he didn't cause a panic at the very least.
Uh huh.
Well, there's only one simple way to go about this. Make sure that I accidentally close the door and go, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. At this point, a lot of the guests have essentially left because apparently, weirdness and it got boring, or maybe they didn't want to be in the middle of this. And there's like five people in the room, counting the ones at the bathroom door.
God damn it, you're done again. There's 5 people in the room?
Yes, five.
Okay. So I'm basically going to be trying to counteract this situation as much as I can. I'm going to pretend that I have gotten more or less lost.
Okay, go ahead, play it out. Keep in mind, it is like
Is me? What's
midnight,
going on?
probably, at this point. Uh, what, what are you, should you be out at this time of night? It's kind of late.
Oh, I was wandering around. I couldn't sleep. Uh, I just, I'm just wondering why there's so many people over here.
One of the women throws a dirty glance at the door and, reeking of alcohol fumes, just takes you by the shoulders and leads you away from the rest of the party, or what used to be the party.
Wonderful. Dominate 3. What's going on?
Okay,
In fact, even better, I enter her thoughts, figure out what's going on while doing Dominate 3 to remodel what's going on.
you would have to split if you were doing it at the same time. Since you would be focusing
Well,
on two
using
mental
Dominate
kills.
3
I
will
mean, you could
be,
just.
You can't just recover the
You could.
memories as you are altering them.
okay,
Yeah.
to
Or just.
be accurate, I'm kind of using Dominate 3 twice. What I'm doing with Dominate 3 is having her more or less recount what the events and using her thoughts to understand what happened. Not really using Dominate 3 until I need to actually try and alter it later. That makes sense?
Okay, then you would have to get her to recount it, which should take a few minutes. Then you would need to read her mind, and then you would need to dominate her again.
Yes.
You could just read her
I'm
mind and
trying to
go from
understand
there.
what's going on in there because I'm not sure exactly how he lost it or anything. So,
Okay. Um, I'm gonna say that you can auto succeed just for recounting, and apparently, someone. Long story short, someone had gone into the bathroom, a man, and he talked to the phone, and then he was just someone saw him look up and apparently eagerly followed the man into the bathroom. So people assumed the worst and told them to stop their perversions, and it kind of escalated from there, and now everyone's leaving.
okay. There's actually not much I need to worry about on the altering then. The only part I'll be more or less doing is uh, Yeah, I think I'll just have her go ahead and I'll just remodify the thing with the me coming in and just having her, go do what was she here to do? Who is this gal?
Uh,
You know what? It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to have her go off to do whatever she feels was, more important things than a wasted party. How's that?
okay. So, what part of that requires Dominate 3? You can just use Dominate 2 and encourage her to just go.
Dominate 3 is more or less just to make her think that she's already taken care of me. Basically, I don't even really need to use Dominate 3 for that. I'll just say, okay, I know where to go. Just good luck with what you need to do.
Okay. She
And
seems
making sure she
confused.
doesn't know that. Yeah, I'll just make sure she doesn't, remember recounting everything to the little girl.
She was in a
Basically.
trance. It's fine. Someone
Okay.
does poke their head in to see if the both of you are doing okay in there, and you just push past them, I assume, while the woman is still confused there.
Totally.
Okay. Uh, okay. Well, a couple of...
Yep, I'll just go, excuse me, I need to get back to my room.
Sure. So, apparently one of the people that was out there has left. Two of them are not even banging on the door anymore. They're kind of looking deflated. Just like, oh, really now? Oh, I don't need this shit, you know? And the couple behind you is talking about whether they should just go, since apparently everyone's going, and maybe this dude is not a good addition to their circle after all.
Sadly, the best thing to do here is just kind of to let that go. By the way, I will obfuscate so that, won't really know I'm around.
Okay. Well, the main room that the bathroom opens to... Well, let's see. Give me a wit stealth roll at 6 to see if you can find an appropriate moment where people would just assume that you left or something.
Sure. It's stealth. I mean, I don't even really care if it fails.
Okay. Alright. The couple that was comforting you take a glance around the apartment before leaving, making sure you're in none of the rooms, but you have managed to obfuscate yourself and they just, decide that you must have left because you're not in here.
Yep.
Which just leaves a pair of people at the bathroom door asking if, we were talking about going home, just getting a lift from this dude or something, etc. And seriously, we don't even care about whatever you are doing in there right now. Just come out already, everyone's gone.
Oh, interesting. Good to know. Well, these people don't really have a ride per se. That's unfortunate. Uh, but I think I will actually be able to help in this situation. Uh, yeah. So I'll deobfuscate outside the door and then come back in and go, oh, you guys are still around?
uh, the man actually kneels down to you. Isn't it about time you were in bed, little girl? Trying to go for a fatherly
Almost
smile.
certainly.
It probably comes out pretty creepy.
That's fine. I'm basically going to say, well, if it seems that whoever's in there is really busy, maybe you should stop bothering them and, go wait. What's what's open at this time? I should know. I came through this hotel. Is there a lounge or anywhere else?
Would this be a hotel? At this time, it's actually probably like a semi-fancy apartment given this dude's setup. Probably been staying here.
Totally.
So yeah, there wouldn't be a lounge, but this would be in or near the French Quarter, so you probably passed half a dozen halfway decent places on the way here.
Yep. Okay. But yeah, I send them just to an appropriate lounge or, bar, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
I'm
you
just gonna go,
take a...
yeah, you should probably wait over in there while whoever is in there, fixes up their business. And for some reason, this is very compelling.
Oh, you're using Dominate?
I figure that they'll just manage to work up their own reason for why they followed it this way. So it seems, like them just following a suggestion for some reason.
There are two people here, but one of them is still semi-focused on the door, so I assume dominate one and hope the other follows, and then just dom if that doesn't work.
Yep, basically.
Okay, then you can just do that. I'm not gonna make you roll at 3 for normies. And they do seem to be gone.
I will then go ahead and lock this door so that no one comes in unnecessarily. And then go and knock quietly on the door. Oh, it's only me out here now. It's Vivian.
He opens the door a crack, peeks out, looks around, halfway panicked, makes sure no one's there. You notice immediately he's splattered in blood.
Boy, you're gonna need to take a shower, aren't you?
And a new suit.
That is most unfortunate. Well, some of the party members were apparently here for a ride from you. I have them waiting in X lounge or bar.
Oh, from me, I think they might have been waiting for a ride from him.
I'll handle that in a little bit. I'll let you know where they are. So.
Okay, so
Okay,
I want to
well,
pose a
let's see what the
question to
damage
the
is.
group, actually. Humanity 8, causing harm to others, accidentally or otherwise. Thoughts? Because I honestly don't know which way I would rule it. I would love to know what the rest of you are thinking. Or injury to
I
other
felt it was an
accident.
edge case myself.
Yeah, because you
Because
essentially...
while it wasn't really her fault about this, it was her fault for delivering the news, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of 50-50 on it.
It might have been... To me, it seems like accidental harm because you are old enough to know that this is frenzy potential, and while, you wouldn't care at lower levels, you are essentially,
I
could
actually
have...
felt
Yeah,
myself.
discount
I actually argued
accidental
with myself
harm.
for a moment on mentioning exactly what's going on,
Sure.
but I was kind of pushed forward because of how fast we apparently need to make this do for Andy.
I
So-
mean, if you need to find a 50-50, you could always just reduce the difficulty for a conscious roll.
No, honestly, I think this is a pretty textbook example because he knew the potential for frenzy was there. He can't have not known, at least in character, and he chose to risk it because he had to press for time. So that would pretty much textbook be accidental harm. So I'm gonna need you to roll conscience for me. Because there is a ripped apart
roll for
body
it.
in there. Okay,
Yep,
yeah.
I regret it. I'm good.
This would reset your humanity gain counter, though, like we discussed.
Even though super close, and even though the news isn't really my fault. Damn it.
Yeah, if you put your... It's built that way so that gaining at higher levels is much harder and much easier on the lower level.
It just feels like I really should have got a chance last time. Damn it. Oh well.
Humanity 9 is
didn't even get a
supposed to
chance to
be
raise it.
super hard.
Yeah, but I have done multiple things to try and raise it for a while now, and I haven't gotten even a shot at it. Actually, can I make an argument for having it possibly try to raise before this happened?
If it's a
I
really
was
good
like
case,
1 point off.
sure, maybe.
I mean, I was just trying my best to try and make sure everybody was as safe as they could in the whole situation with the, the council meeting and everything. Apparently no one else agrees with trying to do things without trying to piss people off.
I don't know. I'm not really seeing it, honestly.
I'm not convinced. Sorry, man.
Same.
Like,
So,
all of you elders were a little more cautious, I would say, after how the last meeting went, and the NPCs as well, but yeah, that's just common sense, essentially. Not necessarily humanity.
I was trying to make it so that future meetings would be better, so that this meeting would go better. No one is going for it.
I mean, I have an opinion,
For
but I'm
some
not in the
reason,
council.
everyone is insisting that apparently taking an hour break is the worst.
Nobody has disagreed with it, I'll point out.
These are vampires,
You
Epic.
just
You
kind of
just
ignored it.
dropping an idea isn't gonna be enough to push it through. They're probably gonna listen to it now after, what happened during this meeting, but
The best I can do is drop the idea in there because no one wants to call on Vivian for any kind of observation thing. Even though there was multiple points it could have happened, no one wants to do that. So, if my intentions obviously aren't enough and my actions are always politically motivated, apparently, how am I supposed to do this?
Epic, it's intentionally set up to be almost impossible to gain humanity at this level because you're literally talking about most saints being worse people than this.
Which is in real life true. In the game, they apparently didn't get the memo of saints being generally not great people sometimes.
True, but like I said, it's built to be a royal pain in the ass at this level of humanity to go even higher by design. I set it up that way deliberately. It's meant to be,
okay.
yeah, it's meant to be a curve where it gets harder and harder and harder to gain it the higher you go, almost exponentially so. To ensure that people can get by on like level 2 or 3 humanity pretty easily without entering a sale, unless they're complete douchebags. But whereas getting to the really high levels, especially as you get older and have to deal with the political practicalities, is unlikely. I needed to create a system where humanity wouldn't shift that much for elders while allowing it to be semi-dynamic.
Yep. No, I get it. Sorry for getting mad, but this is very frustrating. Because this isn't my fault. I've tried to mitigate it as fucking best I can, and
it's not your
just
fault.
not
It's
working.
the way situation works out. Humanity is unfair like that. It's a bullshit system that fucks you over for accidents many a time. And in the spirit of that, I made a system for gaining it unfair in the exact same way.
Mm-hmm. yeah. Sorry, I know I'm kind of mad about this, but
Yeah, it happens. To the best of us.
As if Jackal or you would know what it's like to be the best of us.
yeah.
I wasn't talking about myself in this case.
I mean, it's happening to Epic, so it's happening to the
So-
best.
My definition.
It's just so frustrating because how am I supposed to not get even more worried about control and trying to do everything I can?
That's
At this point, I
kinda how
would
that
say
goes.
that, you know what, if you wanted to switch your derangement to paranoia about, you know, something being out of control in the city, I think that's justified now. So if you want to switch your core derangement...
Like, literally, every single time, the city just seems to be unable to be fucking united in any real manner.
The curse of Cain.
Your children will bear your jealous seed and fight amongst themselves like little bitches, I believe is the exact quote.
Yes.
Well,
pretty much.
back to what's going on. Okay, so I guess he opens the door.
Yeah. If anything, the splatter is worse below the head. The suit is definitely ruined, and the body, well, you can't really make out the face anymore. It looks like the fangs went all the way to the bone in a few places. He really went to town on it.
So, I'm gonna call up Kurt, actually. I presume we can try and call up Kurt? You know what?
Yeah.
No, I'm not even gonna call him. I'm just gonna use my thing.
Okay.
Where's Kurt?
Kurt is
Okay,
having
then.
a touching moment with his child, and every time the child fails to activate celerity, he smacks him and tells him, "Do you want to die to a werewolf?"
What a nice father.
I send a thought over to Kurt. Hey, Kurt. I have a bit of an issue with the Yeah, when he heard the news, he apparently frenzied, and we now have a body in a hotel. Do you have enough influence with the police to possibly try and mull this over a bit?
I know a mortal I can ask for a favor. They can find a garbage compactor or something.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to need that. We'll try and clean up the scene as best we can, and I'll see if he knows a way out or if I have to do some scouting. Yeah, here's the location, and if you can get some over here, we'll get this picked up.
The child, meanwhile, is like, "Wait, who the fuck are you talking to? Hello?"
I'll actually talk back to him in that case and send a thought over his way. Hi!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
She'll break out a smile at that, even though the situation's pretty bad.
Okay.
She needed that. That was good.
As far as immediate problems go, you're easily able to cover this up. The fact that a important person went missing, you might want to negotiate a boon for Michelle to arrange a alternate vanishing with Mask of 1,000 Faces or something. You know, have them be
I'm
seen
actually
elsewhere.
going to go to the people that were traveling with him, and I'm going to modify their memories so that they think that he I presume he had keys on him and everything, so we can probably get the car and put it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be having Derek actually take care of that, whatever he wants to do with that. And to have them think that he basically ended up just kind of abandoning them.
Okay.
That way they don't know what really occurred here.
Epic. Derek has
That makes
no
sense?
streetwise and no law and 1 intelligence. Roll 1d10 for me for his plan.
Well,
Literally any.
not great, but hey, as long as the car's away. If he makes further issue with himself, that's his problem. Kind of.
Yeah, I think faking an accident is like faking a snake bite, right? Just drive it into the river.
Actually, driving into the river is a smart way to do it. So
Yeah, it is technically.
Depends on where
Probably
you
a
do it
different
and if
action.
you're seen.
this is true.
So he would probably go, oh hey, yeah, they'd never find it there, and just do it. Like on a people's street, just suddenly scream. And this is your
Okay.
diplomat, by the way. Have fun.
Well, that's why we're going to be talking afterwards, after this is all somewhat fixed up. This is good enough that, at the very least, we won't have issues with, other things, at the very least. So,
Okay.
yay.
Okay, so what exact memories are you implanting into people? This is the last part of this that realistically matters.
Basically, I'm just going to have them remember him going inside and just saying he'd be right. Well, not even be right back. Just say I'm just basically have him going in a tirade about being tired of all this bullshit or something, and basically just leave anyone that was supposedly going to be with him. He just leaves them behind.
Okay, so Pride 1957, fuck you all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Yeah, he's gonna be fired a week later in absentia because clearly he's a man of low moral character and has no, business being in the police force with attitudes like
Yeah.
that.
That's actually fun. That's best. This gives reason for possibly why.
Of course, they're
You know
gonna
what? No,
find the
that's
car
amazing.
pretty
That's
soon,
great.
but
It doesn't have a body in it.
it
So.
doesn't. But they would see. There would be essentially witnesses who would have remember it going scree on that night. That's the
Yeah,
that's
but
the
they
only
don't know
loose
he's
end.
dead
Other
yet.
than that, it's a perfect fucking cover up.
Oh,
I think the mob respects Kurt a bit more because if you deliver a body like that to them, they know you're not to be fucked with. So, stupid
thus-
neonates, how is it working out for you so far?
Fucking horrible, but hey.
Think of how the elders you fucked with felt at the time. Feel my pain, assholes. Feel my pain.
Not my fault. I wasn't the one at fault most of the time.
Yes,
Except when I was
Demi.
at fault, it was really bad.
Wait till one of them betrays the city for 30 rounds of silver and an assault rifle.
Oh,
I have
God.
no clue
We know
why.
it can happen because of a certain Demi.
Pulse.
I mean, Bacon, like, literally, oh hey, a demonic ritual. There might be a Tremere in the chantry looking through an old book right now. You don't know. Just think of all the things that players have done.
Why?
Just think of the reasons you thought of before and apply to the NPCs.
I never did that stuff.
There might be two
Yes, you
Tremere
did.
going right now. It's like, hey, do you want to try this? Might as well get Igor.
Oh my fucking
I'm
God.
proud of myself.
I'm pretty sure I never read any of that stuff. I'm pretty damn sure.
I'll actually remind you, you were very complicit in the whole summoning a rift into our chantry.
Actually, no, I didn't do that. That was Bacon and the other.
That was
I can't remember his
Nietzsche.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it was Nietzsche leading it. Was it also just Bacon over there?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
just
was
Bacon.
his original demon worshipping asshole.
I was trying to go
Oh, okay.
and
Then
close the
look,
fucking
you
rift,
still left
but
at
then
the
I
mage.
died.
You still left at the mage as well.
Okay, so halfway through the night later, when Jackalor is good and ready to come and meet the guy, you can suppose gather all three of you.
Yeah, I think we all three get together at this point.
Uh,
Jack has a way to actually know where he is.
Nope, I'd be looking for you. I'm assuming you'd inform me.
Do you want to incur a favor with the Malkavians to insta-find Vivian?
I thought that, I probably would have told her to just tell me when you
No,
where
you
you
actually
are.
didn't anything about that.
I guess.
Demi, do you know what could be really good for the group? Actually, roll me intelligence occult at 8.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be 7, and my merit adds +1.
Actually, what do you have? What do you have for occult? You have 5. What do you have in terms of merits, etc.?
Scald.
And that gives you stuff from Tales and the like. Yeah.
It makes me memorize all occult, and I remember it saying that it also gives me +1 to all occult rolls.
Okay. Yeah, 8 is about reasonable here, I would say. Given.
Difficulty, you mean?
Yes. For difficulty.
Okay.
You know, you're not sure, but you've heard uncanny tales about demons being able to home in on supernatural workings. So if you needed to
Interesting.
track when werewolves were using powers, or anyone for that matter...
Interesting.
You don't know the specifics, you don't know the limitations, you don't know if it's all demons or some, but you do know that it can happen.
Got it.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
going to have to die.
By the way, are just Jack Lure and Epic are going to meet the Chancellor, right?
So far, yes.
And I hate to tell you this, Jack, but I don't think Vivian would tell you, because if he is a bad choice, the longer he doesn't meet you is the longer he doesn't need to go and meet the werewolves.
Okay, so you're playing for delays now.
Fucking God.
If I need to, and so far I'm not looking at a good candidate. We're going to be talking, discovering what he's good at, what he's bad at, if he feels confident in his ability to negotiate with the werewolves.
I'll do a trivial boon with the fucking Malkavians to locate Vivian if they.
Tricolor. Okay. Which of the Malkavians do you go to? The first one you can find? Walda? Someone other specific? Walda is probably the closest, because there's a good chance you can find her hanging out somewhere with Halfdan.
I don't think I want to talk to Walda.
Okay.
Just a hint.
Okay.
I'll probably want to look. I mean, effectively anyone else other than Walda. Maybe the clown face girl or something.
Okay, roll a luck die.
I have all specs at least. So. Hey!
Okay, it's Bobby that you would run into then. And
Okay.
luckily, he doesn't instantly hate you because you have been mean to Teddy of late.
I'd probably, well, she'd probably be in the car still, but yeah, I'd have a fucking. I would have Michelle with me in the driving. Still, I don't know how to drive.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
But yeah,
sure.
I
Oh?
would like to meet Vivian. I'd be willing to pay a trivial boon to you personally to for you to locate her for me.
I see. Locate her, get her to get in contact with you, establish line of communication. How quickly?
Yes. As soon as possible.
Okay.
Time schedule. I don't have all the time in the world. Have to set up the wards for the
Vivian,
Elysium.
you see the words on the menu in the establishment where you are talking with the people twist to say, let's see, what was his? William wants you to talk to him, please. Promised rewards. Please talk.
So I'm gonna finish up talking with the people, and then when I'm walking back, go ahead and check out what's going on with William.
He's tapping
Waiting
his
in the
foot
car.
impatiently, probably at this point. While one of
Yeah.
your Malks is just like, any second now, I'm sure she'll get to you right away.
I sure hope so.
Yes, William?
Finally. Yes, the Chancellor. You have met him, right? By now?
Yeah. Maybe you should delay your meeting for a while. I just had to help clean up a masquerade breach, so
That bad?
it's not looking good so far. We might want to try and get somebody else if at all possible.
By Tremir's fucking shoes.
I'll be trying to find out more, but it's not looking too good so far. Okay,
I'll just
real
set up
read.
the wards for tonight and then we'll meet him some other night.
You can
Okay.
get all the
I'll,
books
I'll
together relatively easily, Jackalor, and you have someone that knows the word. It's just that you would essentially go to a place, figure out how large you need to make it, etc. You could essentially scout out and take the measurements if you wanted to, or
Yeah.
something. So,
Yeah, I'll just be doing that now.
okay, which place is up first?
Inform Havdan of that I'm going to be coming to set up the Elysium grounds wards, or at least scout
Yep.
out exactly how large an area he wants and all that. I'll need him.
I will
there.
go ahead and give you a number to contact him and let you know where his address is for when you want to do the meeting. But
Okay.
uh,
Thank you.
yeah,
I will be meeting him anytime soon. So
Alright.
I'll give you some time to work your magics.
Okay. So, Jackalor, when you get back to the chantry, and when you are getting together the books, the wards inform you that several werewolves just tried to cross the perimeter.
Oh my fucking god. Red alert.
Ew! 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 Scramble! 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 Burn the library! Self-destruct initiated.
Well, no. It's just everyone in essentially battle positions. We have werewolves who are attempting to enter the chantry.
There's only like 3 silver bullets in the stores! We depleted all of it! What are we gonna do, Regent?
Arm yourselves. And also, how long does it take to cast the lesser trigger?
25 minutes. It's a level 5 ritual.
Bullshit. I mean, pretty much prepare your buffs.
Okay.
prepare the butts.
I mean, I don't say it that way.
Bend over and loop up, boys.
Can I use quintessence to boost the time, to shorten the time it takes to do the ritual.
I'll let you try and improvise it. It will be intelligence occult at 9, and I'll let you lower it by, say, 5 minutes for every point of quintessence you pour into it if you succeed on the hack.
Okay, I'd like to put lesser trigger for the Path of Blood 5 on the. Yeah, Path of Blood 5 on a fucking sword or weapon. Actually, I'd like to put lesser trigger Path of Blood 5 on the whatever the gargoyle is trying to use as well.
Okay. Well, I need you to roll a luck die to see if everyone is in the chantry first of all, because someone might be out hunting. Okay, then roll me 1d5 to see which one. Well, 1d4 actually, because Michelle is with you. Okay, Leonard is still out.
Well, no, I need to. It is 1d5. I need to roll 1d4.
Oh, okay. Then it's apparently Wilfred that's went to visit someone to grab blood off of. It's fine, you can do without Wilfred.
Hopefully.
Sledge would probably be. It's probably picking out among 3 axes in whatever passes for an armory in your chantry.
Yeah. Well, it used to be bigger, but you know.
It's like the Gangrel and Bruja, when they borrow weapons, do like you do with books.
Well, that's not.
Okay, so you would like to put it on an axe then. What's the
Yes.
trigger?
Path of Blood. Oh, when it hits a werewolf.
Okay. And are you gonna try and shorten it? It will still be a minimum of 5 minutes. So you won't be
Yes,
able
of
to
course.
shorten it past that.
What's the difficulty? How much? What do I? How do I shorten it on? How exactly did you say the mechanics for that?
Intelligence
5 minutes per
occult
test.
at 9, and you declare how much you're trying to shorten it beforehand, and if you fail, it essentially is gonna waste the quintessence. If you succeed, it allows you to shorten it. If you botch, horrible things happen because you unleash raw magical energy into your body.
I'll reduce the time it takes by 3. Well, not the time, the difficulty by 3. Oh my fucking god. Yeah.
Jackalor, you need to declare how much you're shortening it before rolling this.
Oh, I try as much as I can.
Okay, you have a total of 6 quintessence. If you're lowering the difficulty for this by 3, then you're able to shave off 15 minutes from the normal casting time.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, then roll again. So we can see if you manage to fuck it up somehow.
It's at 8 because it's a level 8 ritual. Not level 8, level 5 ritual.
Well, you need to re-roll this because, like I said, you need to declare first.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, still didn't fuck it up. Good. So it's a level
Complicated.
8 ritual. It's
Level
ritual
5.
level plus 3, so it's a difficulty 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, the werewolves seem to be moving along the perimeter, tracing, looking for weak spots.
Okay. Where did you find the goddamn this
Lair of the Hidden for lesser trigger.
Yeah, but did you find a description for it?
I did, but it's not anywhere online. We would have to type it out. I remember it. Essentially,
Okay.
you cast the effect you're trying to store, and it essentially gets suspended on the weapon.
Okay.
So just essentially you roll like you would be casting Blood Boil normally.
So difficulty, yeah, it's difficulty 8 because life power.
Yes, do you want to spend
Yep.
willpower on this?
No, I did not want to spend willpower.
Okay, so there's a Blood Boil thing on that axe.
Plus 1 damage, aggravated, but still.
Okay.
And I spend a blood.
There went all your quintessence for 1 extra aggravated damage.
I
Congratulations.
mean,
If werewolves are living, if they fail to soak that with stamina, that could be an insta-kill.
yeah,
It could be.
that's the idea.
Okay. Yeah, you get... Oh... That's right, they have fucking rent the craft. They would take a swing
They
at the
do.
wards. It might... Yeah, let's see how shitless they can scare Jackalor. Which
Because
of
Run
you...
the Craft is OP as fuck.
It really is.
Rending the craft. Let's open werewolf. That was with...
No, seriously, it's OP. Because it doesn't give a shit how good it is.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
For something like this, it would. She would have recovered that willpower point, but she would be spending it now. You have wards with 5 successes in them right now, and you have an 8 dot node.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see. Smackety.
Ouchie.
And let's roll willpower. Yeah, you feel something slam into the wards, and you feel some of them bend, and like hairline fractures, you feel them appear and instantly be more or less filled in and reformed there. But Sabat rarely managed to do even that much to your stronghold.
Oh my fucking god!
Luckily for you, the werewolves hover at the edges of the ward's perception and then they just fade out. Almost as if this was just a probe.
I mean, I assumed as much, but oh my god, I can't be too careful, especially now that I know for a fact that they have Rent-A-Craft. Can I roll for that, by the way?
You got
Good
enough
roll.
on werewolves. You know that sometimes with long rituals, or in very rare cases with gifts, they can fuck with other people's magic hardcore. This is bad news, since these tribes are one of the ones who get easy access to some of those gifts, and apparently they have them.
Yeah, we want to murder them fast.
I love how that's his response, not, yeah, let's just de-escalate. No, kill them all.
Yeah, no. We're not leaving them alive.
Okay, so that was a clinch for Jackal, or someone might be able to get in. Kill them all.
I mean, really, that's how my character would react. Like, they have a decent shot at getting in, and it's not even that hard for them. Kill them.
Decent shot, like I said, hairline fractures. Not lines of power snapping, hairline fractures in them.
Oh, okay, but like,
As
if there were more of them, it would be a problem.
if there was enough of them doing it in a concentrated spot for long enough, they might be able to overwhelm it with brute force. It's not impossible, just hard as all fuck, probably.
Okay, so right now it's like, we should probably get them out of here soon.
Yeah.
But kill them all.
It's a probably untakeable fortress, not fuck no one's getting in fortress.
I mean, I knew that, but just a matter of how long would it take for them to get in.
In order for them to force their way in, they would need to roll between 6 and 9 successes on the willpower.
Per
Possibly
person, or...
to rend a actual hall that would stay open for a little while. To put it simply, this was less than half the strength they needed on that to, make enough of a concentrated effort to actually smash through.
Still, that's like,
Yeah,
ugh.
they probably just left because they realized just how fortified this place is.
They realized they were trying to destroy an iron fortress made with fucking wooden clubs.
Jackalor, roll your Auspex rating at 7. And roll your
I
Auspex
will.
rating at 8.
Nope.
Yep.
You feel like storm clouds are gathering above the chantry. And it has that feeling of, a rain man calling up rain and summoning lightning.
Oh. Oh God.
Jackalor, they now know there's a cairn that's been turned into a pit essentially under your chantry.
And it's a powerful.
I immediately contact William. William, what's going on?
Jackalor, your Auspex warning goes off when she starts talking to you.
Fuck. The werewolves, they fucking know them. Well, okay. Okay. Let's compose myself. The werewolves tried to enter the chantry. They failed, but they are now very interested in me, apparently.
Yes, by very interested, I feel as if a great amount of lightning is about to go upon the chantry. Yeah. I think
don't
we
think-
found where they're going to try and attack.
Yeah. By the way, I don't think they're going to be making peace anytime soon.
This, by
I
the
think
way,
they might
Epic,
be doing it fairly soon.
Epic, for reference, this feels like a slow, long-term thing. This is a threat that is aimed at him over years, not over days. But it's gonna get bad.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Because
Never
now
mind.
werewolves know that there's a cairn there.
Well, a pit.
That's not good at all.
It took less than one full chapter for them to rediscover that it's there. I'm so proud. Thank you, Bacon, for giving this to me. Thank you.
Bacon, we need to do some jihading here.
Yes,
The Pope
finally.
calls a crusade. All loyal Christians are expected to attend.
I got bored at this politics. Just let me slash at something, please.
Says the prince.
I mean, you can just leave Andy in charge most of the time. It's totally what the senator can do.
Fuck no.
Oh shit, the butthurt is real.
I don't know how we're gonna get out of this. We'll try.
Pack up our stuff and leave. I've done that a few times. The rest of my life.
Maxim perks up when you start discussing leaving. Yes, Primogen, I will take good care of the city. Have no fear.
There won't be much of a city left.
Okay, so what are you doing
Well-
after this bit of panic?
Well, there's not much I can do about it. I'll just continue trying to figure out how good of a negotiator this guy could be.
Okay. What are you using for this conversation? Are you boosting that with
Yep.
Auspex, reading his
Converse.
mind?
I'm not particularly reading his mind. I'm mostly doing this through conversation, asking him how he feels about, trying to go and negotiate with the werewolves, things like that.
Okay. Okay, he's too stupid to know much about werewolves. That's good to know. So he feels confident. He believes in himself.
How good is his empathy and subterfuge?
He is not. He's actually very likable and extremely attractive looking, like world class. When he isn't splattered with blood, he knows exactly how to carry himself and dress. but he's not really the kind to, tell a straight up lie. It's more that he's extremely charismatic. And essentially, he's all surface and shine, and in a lot of ways, very little substance to him. But he's excellent at maneuvering, and being liked by people in general. It's just that, when he has to go beyond that he starts running into trouble.
I see. So he has
Huh.
high base stats, but has done shit on cultivating himself.
And his stats are decent, it's just that you know. Well, if we're gonna talk about stats, give me a perception empathy roll to see just how much insight we're working with. I think we actually discussed this
Presuming
character
it's a
concept.
3.
Are you using Auspex?
Of course I am. I want to know as much as I can about this guy.
Okay, then in terms of stats, and I hate having to use this, but not very smart, and as far as social goes, charisma and appearance up through the fucking roof. Manipulation, hard to be worse.
Okay. How's his empathy and subterfuge in general?
This seems decent. He's, he's pretty capable of, conversing, and he's extremely educated in matters of culture. It's just that, he's good at being likable and fitting in a cultured crowd.
Uh, Describing why this is not necessarily great.
If
Is
you
he
send him to
describing why
3-8
he...
Ventru or Toreador Princess, he would be perfect.
That's what
Yeah.
I had in mind for him, actually. It's a
You
good
can-
choice for
So
me.
yeah.
he'd actually be all right for a negotiator in most times.
Yes, he's the
Not
dude
the
you
one
sent.
we'd really want.
Yeah, he's not the one you sent to make a peace treaty, he's the one you sent to stay there for a year and improve relations.
Yeah.
Which kind of, you can probably guess at the prince's plan in selecting this dude and what he actually intended to do with him at this point.
Yeah. And it makes sense. And it also undermines me not having Andy send him off because he actually is a pretty decent one. Son of a bitch. Well, that's
I love
Yeah.
how this worked out.
You're pretty good at this.
Remember, Demi, when we talked about the shallow, all shine, no substance Toreador?
Huh.
Well, I can see about you know, I can't be with you when you go, but if you want, I can try and watch over and help you out if you would like.
Okay, I guess.
Besides that, well, do you have a plan when to head out?
I actually have
What do you
miscounted
need?
his experience here. Let's just put the extra dot into all specs. I'm not even sure where to begin, honestly. I don't know anything about werewolves. Like, I don't know anything about them.
Well, you'll probably want to get somewhat about werewolves and such. Best person for that is really the regent. You might want to do that pretty quick. is what you want to do.
Okay.
I'm trying to basically give him more or less the overture of, I don't really want to send you, but I can't really avoid sending you with, certain people going on.
The prince picked him for this job for a reason. And honestly,
It's true.
Andy can't afford to lose one of you elders that are propping him up. So he's very reluctant to send someone like Halfdan or you, Vivian. Derek is suggesting telling Andy's orders to go fuck themselves, but that's a bad idea cause that means that you destroy what little authority he has, and that authority is the band-aid on a city that might bleed out very easily.
This is why I'm actually, even right now, kind of discarding his orders. I'm not supposed to be, more or less doing anything on this front.
You can advise him, you're advising, that's within orders, you're just interpreting.
Yes. I'm being very careful not to tell him, yeah, don't do X. But I'm trying to also kind of give him the hint. You need what you can grab.
Let's see. So a dot of influence and 3 dots of contacts. Is that... And 4 dots of resources, actually. I don't think he would leave town. I really don't think he would.
Yeah, I think it sounds like we're just going to have him go.
I believe in him.
I don't. Because this is the exact opposite of what you do for a peace negotiation. Usually you try and send somebody in some form of actual power. Otherwise, it can easily be relegated that, oh, well, this isn't important at all. Obviously, this is just, this etiquette bullshit. This is them declaring war on us. Fuck them.
They're trying to distract us, brothers. Deus Volt!
I mean, it's very easy for that to be the perception on their side. So, I really hate this.
Oh, I'm loving this. This is perfect. Going as planned. Oh, magnificent. So, Jackalor, you're probably gonna get a visitor towards morning.
Who is it?
That would be Derek. But before we get to that... Hello, Vampire Gamer, by the way. Bacon.
Yep.
Do you want High to be someone else showing up first, or High being Derek showing up first?
I don't care.
No,
Oh,
for
it's
Bacon.
Jackal. Hi is Derek first.
Okay, roll a luck die.
Hey,
Okay, then Derek comes over and asks you what you can tell him about werewolves and ways he can defend himself.
politically or combat-wise?
Both?
I'll start with the political stuff. And I try to give him a rundown on how werewolves also rage like vampires, and you don't want to provoke them, much like vampires, and other such things. What are touchy subjects that you probably shouldn't be trying to touch, and what you shouldn't do, and other such things.
Okay, he's following you pretty well, for him.
Okay. And then I go on to combat and how they're gonna kill you if they end up in combat. Like, no fucking chance.
Whimper.
Yes. Alone, if there were 30 of us and there were only 15 of them, we'd stand a good chance of killing them all. But since there's not 30 of us and there's probably more than 15 of them, you're gonna die.
Wow, what a charismatic way to say that.
I have 1 charisma.
I
I
think
know.
Oh, no,
we
I actually
talked
have 2
about
charisma.
not provoking the. Did we talk about not provoking the werewolves? Did anyone mention it to this dude? Because I'm not sure anyone did yet. And I'm not sure that. Did people talk to Andy about what Michelle had learned? Talking about, with the Sabbat about werewolves?
Yeah, we did. We did that.
Yeah, I think so.
Did you?
Yep.
When?
That was back when the entire elder meeting, the end of last one. Yeah, that came up. Not specifically the don't anger them, but that's where Jackalor got all those successes and was basically
Yeah, that was
saying
general
everything.
things, not this pack specifically. Because you have more specific patterns as to what this pack responds to and when they try to launch reprisals.
Yeah, he did talk to that with a Vivian, but not anyone else in particular that I know of.
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Andy has enough politics. He would not give this dude silver. So it's a question of whether this dude could get silver elsewhere. This dude has resource 4. He can buy a silver cutlery set. So Jekyll, what do you tell him about werewolf weaknesses combat-wise?
I mean, they're vulnerable to silver, but I do just not bring it to the meeting because that's viewed as really, 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 really terrible etiquette. They'll kill you on the spot.
Okay, what's good etiquette then?
Don't mention the fact that you drink blood, generally speaking.
Okay.
Well, there isn't much good etiquette since they, generally speaking, hate us unconditionally. But I believe there's hope since they did capture the prince rather than just kill him.
Bait?
What?
Bait?
Why would you want bait?
No, maybe.
Oh. Nah, I don't believe they do that. They probably torture you for information, if anything.
How wonderful.
Yes, how wonderful. But again, they're just because they look like big furry creatures, they're not animals. They're smart. Probably smarter than you in this case.
Excuse me?
I would have said that like under my breath, but yeah.
Excuse me?
Nothing. It's,
Well, I'm glad you find this funny.
no, I'm very sour about this whole situation. I personally wish the prince had gone and had informed me when he had informed me about the werewolves prepared properly, but sadly he did not. And now we're here.
Okay.
Without a war, killing all the werewolves.
You could wake Byron still. That is still an option.
I was going to bring that up with Andy eventually.
Anyhow, continuing
I was just going to do
on.
that the next night because it doesn't seem pertinent at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably show deference to them, but not in a way that shows that you are weak.
Uh-huh.
Just
Do you essentially tell him about the litany?
Yes, I would inform how the litany and how
Oh.
that works.
Okay, then he would probably be
Don't-
heading over the next night sometime.
Don't mention the fact that you know all this stuff. Just act like it.
Uh-huh.
It's for the best that they don't know we know this stuff. They'd be much more interested in killing us all than that if they knew we knew.
Okay,
So-
and with that, I think we can split the video and take over a night.